Hey, Randy here, Valentine Goose channel. Recently, I posted a couple videos, and they kind of go together with what I'm going to talk about today. But one was, my condolences to the Fenn family, uh, and I spoke about the legacy that we could leave behind for Forrest Fenn would be the community he built. Um, and he didn't actually build it; it was built organically from people getting together to discuss the Forrest Fenn hunt. And because of him, I don't want to say he brought these people together, but because of him, these people came together. There's a difference there, and I just thought, like, hey, that's a cool thing, and uh, a great legacy for him would be to stick together and keep the community alive. And then I posted a video uh, way back when um, when a treasure trove, when my son and I found the snail token, and that they actually interviewed us a couple of weeks. In fact, it might have been a couple months after we found the snail token. And by that time, other tokens had been found because we were like the second person to find a token out of the 13. But that we just brought back. It brought back a lot of fun memories, but it also brought back a lot of bad memories. Because what happened was back then there was really only one forum, and I won't name that forum. But there was basically only one forum. It's kind of defunct now. And then on Michael Stather's page for the hunt, there was a chat room. So between the chat room and this forum, that's kind of where the community built around a treasure trove. And I am still friends with people from that community, and I still talk to these people. One of them is still my best friend. We just built lifelong commitments there, and even though the community faded, there was like this skeletal remain that stuck together, and I'm happy to be part of that. But at the time, it got really bad. After I found the token, I called the number on the back and vetted with the lawyer, and I asked the lawyer, I said, "Am I allowed to talk about this?" And he said, "If you want, yeah, but I don't know why you'd want to." And I was like, "Well, I don't understand that." And he goes, "Well, that's just what I was told to say. You can if you want. We're not stopping you." That's basically what they said. But they made it sound like, "Oh, but you're probably not going to want to do that." So what happened was, I talked to my son. I said, "Let's post." And we had pictures. We had probably 100 pictures from that day, and I posted a bunch of them. I was like, here's us arriving at the park. Here's the tree it was found in. Here's the token. Here's my son with the token. Here's me holding the token. Here's a close-up micro of the token, macro. And first people were like, "Oh, that's so cool. How'd you do it? How'd you solve the poem and stuff and blah blah blah." But there were haters. There were people that said, "This is fake. You're fake. You work for Michael Stather. He gave you this token, told you to go out, pretend you found it." I just simply don't understand these people. And it got bad. I mean, it got really bad. And I'm not talking about a 2-sentence post where someone says, "This is fake. You're a shill." I'm talking about people who posted whole pages of why it's fake and why Michael Stather is a fraud and why all my pictures are photoshopped and why this isn't real. And I mean, and then people started jumping on the bandwagon. "Oh, maybe this is Photoshop. Maybe he didn't find the token. He won't talk about what's on the back of the token." I'm like, "Well, that's the one thing the lawyer did say was don't show the back of the token." And they're like, "Well, show us the back of the token and we'll believe you." I'm like, "No, I'm not going to do that because I don't want to lose my prize." And and then the owner of the forum started getting involved. Said, "You know what? Maybe it is Photoshop." And it got bad. People were like, "We know where you live," and blah blah blah. And I'm just like, "Fine, I'm done with you all." And I wrote the owner of the forum. I said, "Take down all my pictures," because he had like a page that showed the progress of the different insects from the book. And I said, "Take down my pictures. Those are my pictures. I'm claiming copyright ownership, and I'm done with it. I'm done with all you guys. I'm done with this community." It got that bad. And I did still go to the chat room because at least the people in the chat room, they were not the same people from the forum. At least they were like, holy crap, we saw you just left the forum. I can't believe it got that bad. And, they were kind of sticking up for me more. But, I mean, it did happen. And I think the guy who found the first token went through the same experience. And I just don't understand people who are like, they just don't believe, and they don't think, oh, why don't they believe it's possible that someone could have a treasure hunt? What part of their brain is going, no, this hunt never happened? I don't understand that, like, at all. And when other tokens started to get found, because there was 13 total and I was the second, but when it got down to like 5 or 6, the owner of the forum started emailing me like, we believe you now. What you experienced is what everyone else experienced. You went through the same things. You solved it the same way. And they were like, come back to the forum. Let us use your pictures. Come. And it was like a year later, I relented. And I was like, fine, you can use my pictures. And I did like re-register at the forum because I didn't want anyone else taking the name Starthinker and posting under that name. But I never really went back to that forum. I was just like, no, I don't want to have anything to do with that. You're going to let these toxic people ruin it for everybody and not do anything about it. Why would I want to go back there? And that's what I don't understand. Like, I used to belong to a huge Volkswagen forum, with the largest in the world. And we love that forum. And I posted there probably for 5 years. And there were a few people that would go there and just shit all over Volkswagen. And I hate Volkswagens. Oh, these engines are crap, and these cars are crap, and look at this because this is crap. And people would be like, why come to the Volkswagen forum? If you don't like Volkswagens, don't go to the Volkswagen forum. And I remember they asked them, like, what kind of car do you like? And it was like a Corvette or something. They're like, well, then go to the Corvette forum. Just because you don't like Volkswagens, why do you got to come here and like try to ruin it for the people who do like Volkswagens? I mean, what part of their brain is like, I'm just going to ruin it for people just because I don't like something? And I see that happening now. It's like, it just seems like there's people who don't like treasure hunts. And I don't understand the mentality of, I don't like treasure hunts, so I'm going to hang around the treasure hunt forum and just shit all over it all the time. And then I don't understand, I guess I do understand, like, the moderators of the forum are like, no, we believe in free speech as long as they're not harassing other users. We'll continue to let them post. But I'm just like, just ban these people. Just get them out of here. They're feeding on the negative energy. And I know there's a whole psychiatric field of study on this about feeding off negative attention. And that's just what I picture them at home going, oh, I just shit on this forum and now 8 people are arguing with me. I'm good. I'm doing good. I'm famous. I got, people are engaging with me and they're just eating it up. And why? And I just want to say, like, Reddit has a thing called shadow banning, where the person doesn't know they're banned, so they can post in forums and they can start threads and stuff. They're just invisible to all the other users. So, like, after a while, they figure out people can't see my post. And if they can't see my post, then they're not engaging people, and they finally give up and go away or whatever. And, that might be something to think about. I'm just saying. Another thing is just, first of all, don't call them part of the community. I don't think if someone's toxic and poison and they're shitting all over it and they're calling Forrest Fenn a fraud and, oh, it's lucky he died because that was convenient because he was getting called out for being a fraud. Why let people say these awful things? And, don't call them members of the community. They're not. They're poison. They're not members of the, if they're not helping the community grow and stick together, how can they be members of the community? So first of all, stop calling them members of the community. And second of all, stop engaging them. If they start posting crap like this and you're allowing them to post crap like this, if we could just band together and just not respond to them and just ignore them completely, and maybe they'll be like, oh, well, these people aren't fun anymore. Maybe I'll go pick on the people that collect Pokemon because I don't know, maybe I don't like Pokemon, so I'm going to go shit on their hobby. And it's, you know, that's just their mentality. And I don't understand why they're like, oh, I hate treasure. I'm going to look at this guy's got a new treasure hunt, so I'm going to report him, you know, to the authorities. You know, why? Why are you following treasure hunts if you hate them? Why? And you know, if we can just not engage these people and just ignore them, and you know, I know that I'm for freedom of speech, but you know, if they're just toxic, delete their posts, get rid of them, delete, you know, ban them, shadow ban them. You know, they're not helping the community; they're tearing the community apart, and I just feel like, you know, we just saw the first casualty of that, and you know, I've had people write me hate mail and stuff and say, you know, that they know where the token is and they know they've been there and they know it's right there, but it's not there, and therefore my hunt's a fraud. And you know, I just came back from Denver a couple weeks ago, and it's there, and it's covered with dust because it's never been moved, and it's there. And you know, if you want to hate on it all you want, that's fine. And luckily, I don't have a forum that I got to moderate. Um, I've left some of this stuff up. I'm sorry, my cat's bumping the camera. I've left some of the, you know, because like I said, I'm not against free speech, you know, but these aren't free speech areas. This is my channel, and if I don't want you shitting on my channel, I'll get rid of you. But there are a lot of comments I left up that are, you know, halfway negative, and I've just let other people deal with it or respond to them, but I'm not going to respond to it. I just think that should be ignored. And if it's bad enough, if they're outright calling people liars and stuff, I'll just say, I don't want that. I'll just delete it. But yeah, I just think, no, don't call these people part of the community. I don't think they are part of the community. If they're shitting on you and you don't want them to shit on you, why let them? You know, why continue to engage them? Just like I said, if we could just band together and just whenever they post a thread, oh, this is why I think Forrest Fenn is a fraud, and they get 0 responses, I think that would be the greatest thing in the world. But there's always going to be someone, oh, I hate you for calling Forrest Fenn a fraud, and then that just fed their ego. Now their ego's bigger, and now they're going to post more things about why Forrest is a fraud and why this hunt was a fake and why the treasure never existed. And you know, and if they start their own channel, and heaven help me, I, you know, I love Candy, and I know that there's people bashing her. Don't watch her channel, don't subscribe, don't watch it, don't respond to it. Forget it's out there. You know, it has no bearing on your life. And yeah, I know personally how it feels to know that people are bad mouthing you and talking trash about you to other people that we know. And you know, if they're true friends, they'll stick up for you or ignore it or whatever. If they're not true friends, they might jump on the bandwagon. But yeah, this is something that just has to be pushed out, ignored. It's not part of our community. Don't call them part of the community. And I don't care what you say. If they're shitting on hunts, they're not part of the community. And I've used that word a lot. So this is not a child-friendly video. But I just wanted to voice that opinion because, yeah, when I found the token, I was elated. it was like the greatest feeling to be like, oh man, I found one of these tokens in this treasure hunt. And there were like, at the time, you know, he had sold almost 2 million copies of the book. And I don't know how many people were actively engaged in hunting, but to think that out of, let's say, 1 million people, I was the one that found it. Well, my son. I gave up. My son found it. And he's in the video, and he talks about, yeah, he was talking about the pages and how, because he was the one that found stuff in the book that I'd never spotted, and I just think he's great for that. But yeah, don't, I just had to get this off my chest. I just can't believe, like, the Tumble Bear got harassed so much that he called off his hunt. And it's going to happen again and again and again. And pretty soon, no one's going to have a treasure hunt, and these people are going to be like, I won. And I just don't think we should even. I don't think we should even pay attention. Don't even look in their direction. Um, let them rant. Let them take their shits and everything else. But just don't engage them. Don't respond. Let them fade away. And I think that's just the best thing we can do. But I know we can't. There's always going to be someone who's got to respond to them. There's always got to be someone who's got to, and when I watch in live videos, I see people sometimes get kicked out of the chat room, and that's what they want. And then now they're the martyr. Oh, I got kicked out of a chat room because I voiced my opinion. Now you got kicked out of the chat room because you were just plain being a dick and harassing people. And don't even think about it any other way. And don't have any guilt feelings about kicking them out or banning them or anything else. I don't have any guilt feeling. If I had a forum, I did have a forum. What did my forum? I had a forum at one time, and I remember kicking people out. But I can't even. It was so long ago, and this was like when forums were brand new that I can't even remember what the forum was about. But yeah, if people come in and they're like, "This is a fraud. This is crap. There never was a treasure. This is all a hoax." And why engage them? Just ignore them. But anyway, yeah, like I said, when I posted that video, I was like, man, that was a great time. And then I started remembering, nah, that really wasn't a great time. That was a horrible time for part of it, And my son was only like 15, 16 at the time. And he would almost in tears be like, why are these people picking on us? Why don't they? We posted pictures of the token in our hand, and they're saying that's not real. You just can't. So, like I said, it was an eye-opener for him, and luckily, he took my words to heart, and he just said, "Yeah, I'm just going to ignore them. I had fun that day, and all my friends are cool." He used his money because we sold it, and he used his money to buy a pickup truck, and so he was all cool driving his pickup truck around. So he was happy, and I was the one going, "Okay, I'm not going to go on this forum anymore," but. And I don't see things getting that bad this time. I think the last time was because the forum owner joined in the bashing. And a lot of people left that forum, and it's dead now. So, don't let the community die. Don't call poison members of the community. But anyway, I had to get that off my chest, and I went on way too long again. Again, this weekend, I'm hoping to make my clue video. And I had a lot of fun making it last time. I'm so upset and angry that the sound didn't work on it. But we'll see what happens this time. Maybe I'll use my computer instead of my phone to record the video. But that's fraught with issues as well. So, anyway, I'm getting ready to go to work. This is my meditation time before work. I meditate. And I'm just thinking about all these negative thoughts. I'm like, okay. I'm not going to think about negative thoughts. I'm going to think about the good thoughts. I'm playing with some electronics here. I'm just going to concentrate on that. And Mr. Tumblebear, I apologize on behalf of the community. I'm sorry it got so bad. And he just seemed like a laid-back guy. He was like, fuck this. Maybe he'll do something else. Hey, if you're out there listening, give me all that silver, and I'll design a hunt around it, and I'll take all the shit for it, and I'll make sure it all goes to the winner. And I know this has gone on too long, but people who are like, you don't have the right to make money on a treasure hunt. And I'm like, that's such bullshit. That's like, why don't you go down to the local hardware store and say, you should give your tools away for free. You don't have the right to make money here. Go to the Walmart and say, hey, you guys don't have the right to make money. That is the most ridiculous thing I've ever heard, and I've heard that's what people were saying to Tumblebear, that he doesn't have the right to make money on his treasure hunt. Every single person with a treasure hunt is making money somehow, even a little bit, even if they give it all away as the prize. It's it's just ridiculous. Almost, it's like going to Stephen King saying, you should be giving your books away for free because you don't have the right to make money. And that's the most ridiculous thing I've ever heard. And when you look at this candy hunt, Mr. Candy or whatever it is, he's making money on it. There's a lot of hunts out there that are designed to make money for the author. And my hunt was designed to make money. Unfortunately, I haven't even hit the break-even point yet, so I've lost a lot of money. But it's just so ridiculous. What are their thought processes? I mean, how do they live? Are they living on their daddy's money or something, so they have no concept of where money comes from? When they go to work, why don't they take their paycheck and give it back to them and work for free? Because, we don't have the right to make money. Oh, God, it's just so ridiculous. Anyway, I'm going to go. For me, this is my Friday, so hopefully tomorrow I can get started working on the clue hunt. My daughter's moving, so I got to help her move a little bit, but it took me 6 hours last time, so I got to make sure I block out time to make this video. Anyway, that's all I have, and I went on a minute too long. I always try to keep my videos under 20, and I was hoping this was going to be 10, and I'm still talking. So have a good night, and just think about things.